My time has come. Just as the frost waxes and wanes, an old ego must eventually come to rest. My sire spent a lifetime constructing it, with me at his side. The mighty flying longship known as Evening Star. It is a priceless heirloom of my line, but it would not come to be the mightiest. He filled my head with stories of those who came before, and their strange relics. He told me of magic. And so, I sought it. In the name of my father, I cast open my wings and flew to those places where none dare tread. To the very bones of Arche herself. I sought it. I claimed it, and I took it. The truth. That the world might somehow be something more than the sum total of the darkness within it. It has to be, for my sons. It is said there be no death more noble for an orc than that of one in battle, but they have never smelled trees, nor felt warm sand beneath them. They've never gazed upon green mountains among the birds as I have. So, I intend to show them. They will see a death worthy of the king they think me to be. And my mightiest heirloom shall go to the one responsible. Jarl Himmond, the one they call Horfist, my life brother and most loyal friend. And for that, he is cursed to wear the crown for all time, when I am but a shadow of a memory.
How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the Pritchard Pub. This evening we got Mr. Vaughn Coleman with us.
How's it going?
My
I'm doing well.
My wife will be joining us shortly. She's just using the restroom at the moment, so we'll be good here in a little bit. But yeah, how's it going, man?
It's going all right. I've been working hard and writing some stories. I'm bouncing between writing some Phenomenova and Reapers in Pursuit. And man, running a whole company and multiple projects is... Who would think that that's tiring and draining?
Yeah. I saw one of your titles is President, right? Mr. President?
Oh, I mean, yeah, I guess. I thought that sounded very cool. I was like, I get to be if I founded my company, I'm calling myself the president of the company. God damn it.
Might as well. It's much cooler than CEO, I think.
Mm-hmm. Oh, absolutely. I'm like, I'm the president.
So, you got a second issue. That's what's going on. Yes. Last time I think you were in the 30s for episodes, and now we're like 51, I believe. Yeah. So it's been some time, and you're already on your second one. I believe you had like a really good breakthrough with that, didn't you? It was like day one, you like basically funded it.
Well, no, it actually took longer than that. It took like, gotcha. But that's I launched in a terrible time, so I was expecting a slow crawl. But I got like 1.5K out of 1,000 within the first day, and then I think it took around like 2 weeks to fund, maybe.
Oh, okay, that's still pretty good.
Was it less? It might have been less.
I know it did well though. That's all.
It did do well.
What I remember. I think I was in the chat when you were doing like a long stream where you were bouncing between a bunch of stuff and saying
that sounds like every stream I do.
Oh, okay. You do like generally just super long ones. Is that okay, gotcha.
Well, not even that. Not always super long. You came into my launch stream.
Yeah. Yep.
Which I appreciate it.
Yeah.
I always appreciate that. But yeah, man, I've been working on a horror story. I'll announce it. So I'm doing a short story collection after Phenomenova issue 2, which is pretty much done. We just need your help backing it and getting it to the printer. And the less I have to worry about that, the more I can focus on Reapers in Pursuit, my next thing, and the less I have to worry about issue 3, because all have that fan base. So Reapers in Pursuit, obviously you're submitting something. It's a short story collection open to writers and artists. I'm going to be doing my latest story I'm working on is I decided to do, I'll kind of talk about it on air briefly. There's an anti-hero character in Phenomenova that is not going to appear for a while in Phenomenova. And I was thinking of a horror story. And I was like, well, what if I did something from Phenomenova? And that came to mind. What if it's like from the perspective of people being hunted by this anti-hero? Think about like Batman stories where like there are a bunch of guys like, it's the bat, like something like that. But this guy's more brutal and just make this character terrifying. And I was writing that and having fun with that.
Oh yeah. When I was dabbling with my free all ages series, there's a group of ruffians, I'll say, that I was like, these guys, I can already tell just by the way I'm writing them, they're not exactly all ages when they're off screen. And it just gave me some inspiration to kind of do like a really dark, like Robin Hood and his merry men type, like inversion story down the line. But I digress. That's you gotta love when that happens, when there's like little pop-up characters and side quests.
You're like, wait a minute, that could be a whole
yep. Gotta love it. Love it. So yeah, I'm excited to submit to that. I'm gonna be dropping a bunch. I'm basically just gonna like the opposite of what I've been doing with like my stories so far. I will just kind of say everything as it is and do some revealing myself, just because I feel like it's a good little special spin-off opportunity. And yeah, you get to see just the whole world as it is with no like veil from me, basically. Get to see it end. That's my Reaper in Pursuit. The world is ending. That's what I'm going to do. It's going to be fun. I put that in the chat.
World's ending. Yeah, see, that's interesting. Coming up, like I'll have ideas, and I'm like, what's the Reaper?
Yep.
But some of them are more obvious than others. But I'm like, oh, I want to have a bunch of stories. I'm like, you know what? Maybe it's okay if I just have a few, and then if people what am I gonna do? Not have the urge to write? I can always write more Reapers in Pursuit themes. Death is a prominent theme. If it's not in Reapers in Pursuit, hell, I could do a volume 2, or I could do call it something else, but have it be the same theme, dude. I mean, I could keep going, but at a certain point, and one of the things I'm kind of realizing is it has to be done. And speaking of done, Phenomenova issue 2 is done. Done. All it needs is some more money
for printing.
Which, oh my God, I got the latest printing quotes, and I was like, no.
Yeah.
Which you could get digital or physical, but listen, I have to spend more, which means you have to spend more if you get physical. That's how it works.
Yeah. I'm not excited for mine, and I'm probably gonna, just fork over the money for like mailing and stuff, and just do it as I can when the time comes, just to get it out as quick as possible. I know that the best and most professional looking thing is probably just getting it all together and then sending it all together. But it is what it is. I think this is a very I try to have mine be like a very special thing. Like you know how it feels like when your campaigns succeed or when people support you. It's like a feeling like the world wants you to make it, and it's like,
my God,
you can't help but feel like you need. I don't want to say like you need to give something back, but more like a connection to the audience.
You do feel like you want to give something back. Like I'll be honest, I way overspent with issue 1, giving all these extra rewards to people for backing. Felt so grateful and wanted more. And then I'm like, no, you idiot! What was I raising money for? Now I have to raise more money. And so that's why there's less rewards, but still rewards.
I filled mine. I'm probably going to be right there with you. With the hindsight, you know what I mean?
I was about to add another reward, and I was like, dude. If I spend this money, then I'm gonna need another reward. I need another goal, and it's like,
I'll be honest with you, man. That's why stickers and stuff like that are usually the go-to for, like, okay, for bands, for example.
Well, yes, my 15K goal is gonna be a sticker, but I already spent the money on the trading cards. I'm like, God damn it.
Yeah. And the backers, the investors, the collectors should understand that, like, yeah, it is like a bookmark or a sticker, but it's more like the implication that it's special. Like, this is almost it's like a trophy that you get for participating in like fundraising, you know. And I like to really stress the collectible aspect of campaigns, because a lot of this stuff in a lot of these campaigns doesn't get reprinted, you know. And I think that's where a lot of the value is, just as somebody who's like a traditional nerd and like collector myself in ways, you know. So yeah. So where can we see where does the second issue take us compared to like the first issue? Like after, I'm assuming you like established you know, a backstory and like a good starting off point in the first one, but like where did you decide to go for the sequel?
For the sequel, so well, I had written it ahead of time. I've written the first 8 issues, although I was amidst revising the 4th, and I just felt like I was in a rut. And I'm like, oh, I'm writing something else, so I'm gonna finish up this other story, then jump back to issue 4. But man, I was thinking, and I was like, it was kind of the next obvious step. There were a bunch of different steps in the process, and you know, restepping, recreating. But it was kind of like the next obvious step is we should have my main character in training, right? Galvanite should be doing his training arc, and that was important to me, to have him doing that. And it was like, if you read issue 1, I very much am leading into this. It was kind of down to the core, is kind of like we're doubling down on basically everything and diving deeper into the character before we can really explode outward and show more of. We show bits and pieces of the universe. We do expand a bit. We see the first member of the title team, Phenomenova, in this issue. We also meet the tech support character. And we get more background as to what happened in the heist in the first issue, though some things are still left unanswered. And we get more of Miles's past, as well as more of the Phoenix Senshi's past, and more about Miles's, you know, powers, and a lot of fun stuff. A whole lot of fun stuff.
Well, that's exciting. And it seems like a good expansion. You know, a lot of like movies, for example, they drop the ball on the sequel. But you know, really all you need to do is just understand it. Like if you have long-term plans with it, like, which typically comics with like issues and stuff like that have, like they tend to be ongoing, right? You don't have to like rush. You know, you can just do like a slow drip, so to speak.
Yeah, and that's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
You know, getting people to really care, and that stuff, and that's important. You know, the most important thing is to get the audience to care. And then I could get the next character to care about, and the next character to care about, and the next character to care about. You know.
Yeah. And then each of those, then people have like characters to compare to. They can pick their favorite. They have stuff to talk about when they're with their friends. Like, oh, I love this guy. You know, and some of them want to get like their friends to read it so they can figure out who their favorite character is. You know, like this is just traditional nerd culture. You know, just and seeing where it's going to go. You know, you already mentioned the Reapers in Pursuit story with, you know, the idea that you have from your mainline comic, right? And it's like more of a horror. Well, it's like all these different aspects that kind of manifest as you let the story unfold. It just kind of it'll organically create characters that, and you can see where people's interests are, basically. To spin off, you know.
Yeah, I'd love to do a prequel to Phenomenova, but right now, Phenomenova issue 3 is, I don't want to say like it'll happen, but its immediate story is up in the air at the current moment in time. So I'm not going to greenlight a prequel until I'm confident that the main line can do as well as I want it to. So you know,
that's smart, good business there.
Yeah.
Yep. So you said you're working on issue 4. Can you? Well, I guess you can't really talk too much about it.
I'm revising it, but I've written the first 8 issues, and I was just doing some revisions. And I need to at a certain point just stop over revising the same scripts. I've been doing that, but
yeah, I think last time I triggered you on accident. I think I started talking about something, and you're like, "Oh no, I gotta go check that again." And I'm like, "Damn it, I shouldn't have."
Yeah, I've done. No, it happens. Listen, and I'm getting better about letting things go. You know, I think I say that, but I think
it's something we all got to work on.
Yeah.
I'm getting there too.
I've written the first 8 issues, and I'm very happy with where it goes. But we got to make sure we get there. But issue 2, I also want to make sure that each issue is a worthy purchase in and of itself. That if you spend the money, that it's worth the purchase.
Yeah.
That's key to me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And for like newcomers, I think I remember a little bit how your character works. As soon as I get money, which oddly enough, Iron Seas and my band have both been kind of taking off.
Really?
Yeah. So, like, for example, Iron Seas, we already have the watch hours to be monetized. We just need to get to the subscriber count.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and we're pretty consistently hitting it. And my band, every day we climb up another 500 monthly listeners. So I don't know when that's going to slow or stop, but pretty consistently for like the last week, it's been 500 a day. And we've seen like 40,000% growth.
That's awesome, man.
It's pretty crazy. So I'm hoping that pans out. And obviously, as soon as I do, I have my short list of friends and colleagues and powerful up-and-comers that I'm going to go through and order all their stuff. I only got like half of it last time me and my wife made our order, our indie order, we called it. And that was like a year ago or something like that. So we're basically due for it again. If all this stuff comes back around, I'd like to just fund my own comic in one fell swoop and then maybe pick up some of these things I'm long overdue for, like your first 2 issues.
I know, dude. Because I'm like, why aren't enough people backing? I'm like, well, probably because the same reason I'm not backing everyone.
Broke.
Yeah. And I try and make it as accessible as possible. So like, here's the thing, man. You can still contribute and you could still get the comic for just $10 digitally. And if you're like, but I want the physical. Well, you could wait.
Yeah.
You could wait forever.
Mm-hmm.
Or you could, we got options, baby. If you just want the digital, it's no big deal.
That's an important thing that I think most campaigns have gotten wind of this idea of the $10 digital. Really, I mean, at any size, it doesn't really matter what size. You could have a 150-page graphic novel. It's a digital though, and since it's like something out of thin air. Essentially, I know Amazon charges. It would be different on Amazon, right? Because Amazon charges for digital. What's it called? Like digital delivery. They charge by the megabyte or whatever, the millibyte.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They act like it actually has weight, which is clever, I guess, on their end. But the $10 flat rate for a digital, for starters, creators out there, it makes you worldwide. So, Australians can get your comic. Japanese can download it right next to their manga and stuff like that. But like what Vaughn's saying, like I personally have not been able to afford things, but $10 is actually, you could save up quarters and then, get that on a card or whatever.
Yeah. I even have my comics. I have a free one on globalcomics.com. You could read the first 10 pages for free on there. You could even buy the PDF for $5. So you could read issue 1 with a Global Comics subscription.
Smart.
You could read Land of the Lawless for free online too. My comic book.
Are you going to designate the first one as like the free one for subscriptions, just going forward, just for the foreseeable future, basically, just as like a good like
first issue, eventually, but right now I have to make money off the first issue.
Yeah.
And I want to make my back, like, eventually would I love to release a free version? Yeah, but that eventually, I'm not there yet.
You have to get there. Yeah.
Because right now it's my most expensive book. I have a bunch of I'm not comfortable with that yet.
That's more like when the entire arc or the entire season is the story itself, rather than each issue being its own story or whatever. If that makes sense, where like you have enough out that the scope has broadened, so to speak. But yeah, what I was getting at, just for the new listeners, go ahead and tell them like kind of what Galvanite's. I know his name isn't Galvanite in the first one either, right? That's not. He doesn't start off as. It is. Okay.
He comes up with his name Galvanite in the first one.
Gotcha. I know there's like a transformation that happens with him.
Yeah,
though,
well,
right?
it's him trying to figure it out. Well, his first name, there's a bigger transformation behind the scenes with coming up the name. But Galvanite is struck by lightning while holding a mysterious crystal in issue 1, and he finds himself awakening with lightning powers and super speed, and he wants to use those powers to basically fight criminals, and he tries to stop a heist at a nuclear reactor in a makeshift costume. Issue 2 is we're dealing with kind of some of the fallout of that, as well as him basically taking one of the veteran superheroes. So in my world, superheroes fought during World War III. So we're taking one of the heroes that fought during World War III, and she is basically training him and like, hey, you can be part of a team of young heroes that I'm training, but first we got to get you to get it together. We got to whip you into shape. And that's where we pick up. Issue 2 is her kind of whipping him into shape and him getting it together.
Yeah, and I believe that's the character. I don't know if it's a cover or just a page. The character, there's a lady like holding Galvanite's head.
That is the main cover. Yeah.
Yeah. I was, by the way, Vaughn, I was this close to just taking that, making it the thumbnail, and then just putting your face over Galvanite's face. I was that close, dude.
I'm surprised people haven't done that yet,
dude. But I was like, no, Andy, you gotta keep the same format of every episode.
Listen, I would have thought it was funny.
Yeah, I know. Just wait, Iron Seas. We'll figure it out. Or like if you're on a special at the pub.
That's what day is the Iron Seas again?
Oh, that's this week, isn't it?
Thursday.
Yeah. Because it's funny. We've been talking behind the scenes.
Weekend.
We were gonna do
butt sauce. You and butt sauce been talking.
Yeah. We were gonna do Diversity Week for our movie.
Oh, incredible!
In honor of your superhero power.
Diversity Week.
Yeah, Diversity Week. But then we decided Fantastic Four.
I don't know if I've seen Diversity Week.
Oh, it's not a movie. It's just diversity in general. Because your lightning powers, they're very diverse.
They're diverse.
Yeah, the whole thing about most lightning superheroes are black.
Oh, they're black.
So Bats was like Diversity Week, and my choice was Little Mermaid. I was gonna make everybody watch Little Mermaid because that is very diverse. And
what, the new one?
Yeah, the new one was my choice.
Incredible.
Yeah. But we went.
Well, I'm glad. Wait, which are we watching? Fan Four Stick or Fantastic Four?
Or Fantastic Four.
Okay, not Fan Four Stick.
Fan Four Stick. I don't know what that is. So
it's all right. Fan Four. It's the joke because they did the 20 whatever one where it was Fantastic Four, but it was the A was fantastic. It was a 4, so people call it Fan Four Stick.
Oh my god, Fan Four Stick. Oh my god, that's so close to being dirty too. Like, what the heck? It's one of those things you say out loud. You're just like, ugh.
But I heard that one was bad. All right, so the original when is I gotta check that. I'll watch it. I have to watch the original Iron Man soon too.
That first one was good, man. I remember that at the time. That was a cultural phenomenon. The Fantastic Four animation overload. I'm assuming he's talking Fantastic Four. The movie sucked. Yeah, if we're talking about like, it was one of those things where they hadn't figured out superhero movies yet. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I think Iron Man, since you brought it up, like I believe that was the one where this is it. They figured it out. Unless you want to look at like Spider-Man. Like Spider-Man was pretty good. Dark Knight, also a good one where they've like figured it out. I'd say the first one maybe. But the first one almost just seemed more like a ninja origin story. The first Batman, I believe Batman Rises, right?
Dark Knight Rises, yeah.
Yeah, it was kind of more of a ninja origin story with Batman in it, is kind of the vibes. So that's why I say Dark Knight is kind of where they figured that out, how to actually... And even if you, like, rewatching Dark Knight, this is them hanging a lantern on it. But in the beginning, you can see how Batman is still very robotic and stuff. And so like it's still like kind of showcasing how they figured it out right within the movie, you know, because Batman acknowledges he can't turn his head and has to like get a new suit and all that, and just like make a superhero movie, you know, like that's how simple it is, and then care about it like Christopher Nolan might, you know. But yeah, I digress. I don't know which Fantastic Four we're going to be watching. Probably maybe Fan Four Stick.
Dude, because knowing Bat Sauce, he probably make me watch like the worst one.
Yeah, he overruled democracy this time too. He was just like, you know what? Instead of voting for diversity, we're watching Fantastic Four. And it's like, nobody stood against him. It was just like World War II, man. It was crazy. We all
Wow,
just
he's
sat there and
an
watched
evil
it happen.
dictator.
Yeah, we sat there and
Yeah, I
watched
mean,
it
I
happen.
agree. That's an accurate analysis of basketball.
Like, we're just gonna let this coup happen, and we did. We did. So, Fantastic Four it is. But anyway. So I got that mysterious crystal you mentioned got my attention.
Yeah.
If there's anything you can talk about that, is that like tech, cosmic, magic? Is that
We don't know. That's all I'm
gotcha.
gonna say. We don't know.
Do you know? Just yes.
For a while I didn't.
Okay.
And then finally enough people asked, and I had to kind of come up with something. I was like, well, you know what? The characters would care, people in the audience care. I should probably figure it out. And so
Yeah.
I know where it comes from now.
Yeah, how many people's lives do you have to like alter and save, and like how heroic do you have to be before you're like, what did that crystal do to me when I got struck by lightning? Like when is he gonna start? So
Yeah, so I'm gonna have to cross that bridge when I come to it.
Yeah. I could see people getting carried away and forgetting about it for a while, but like, eventually you'll be like reflective and be like, what?
Yeah, right. That I was just thinking about that too. Like earlier when you triggered something in me where I'm like, and that's one of the things. Everything is a distraction from something. So if I don't talk about it, if I do start focusing on it, I'm missing something else. If I start and that's the balancing act of writing is tough, man.
It is, especially when you do like a full novel, man. Oh, if you're going full length, this is why I'm just doing short stories going forward. I love my novel. Don't get me wrong. It's just with my mindset of things, I just dive into things too hard. It's like what you're saying about over revising and stuff like that. I'll do that to a crazy level. And when you got something like 150,000 words involved, and I'm a slow reader on top of it, it's just like it doesn't. It's not gonna work. But it would, but it would just take really long. So short stories for me. That's all.
Yeah, I get it. Short stories I think are good. They give me like a brief focus, and it's kind of like what I need. And then it's also kind of why I like doing issues. I have kind of like a shorter issues. I have a point and I have to reach it. And that's kind of why I liked issue 2 is it was very simple. It's a very simple issue, but it's deceptively simple. There's a lot that happens that you could really chew on. I think after the fact, I think people will really appreciate that. There's kind of a lot of implications. So again, it's a simple training issue with a lot more going on.
Right. And you need those every now and then. Another good thing about issues is you can really take your time, and like monetarily, it does make sense.
Yeah.
Because
although printing costs wise, it does not.
Oh, that's the trade-off. Yeah.
I thought floppies would be cheap. They're not.
Well, then in mailing too, like if I split my graphic novel into 3 issues, which I could because there's 3 acts, it's pretty defined, clear cut at 2 different points, where it could be 3 things. Because I think that was my original plan. Like right now, Luke has most of the first script done, but my whole point is some people don't realize that some of these comics really just cost a lot. Like, for example, with the price I have worked out with Luke, if I wanted to do my full-length novel, which, that's obviously going to be the first thing on people's minds, especially if they're an author and a comic book creator. Like, for example, John Douglas has been asking. He's an author. He writes about orcs. He's been mentioning comics every now and then, so I get the pleasure of talking to him about it. But it's just like he's got a way thicker book than me, and when I do the math, people listening, it's like $30,000. Not even kidding. And that's like kind of lowballing it. I'm just kind of like making sure it's going to be in the right ballpark kind of thing. But it's like, that's kind of the area you're looking at. And it's like, okay. In one vein, I can see why like established IPs are willing to just throw $30,000 to $50,000 at a project, and then just kind of let other people work on it. The artists and the letterers and colorists and all that. Like that is one thing about comics. This as a writer is like once it's all there, it's really just like managing and waiting. So I can see why bigger IPs would do that, but at the same time, smaller IPs, it's almost just unfeasible. unless you're crowdfunding, like
yeah.
And yeah, this carries into my philosophy a little bit about the open-ended nature of mine. I know because I think that's when you get into the nuances of big crowdfunders and small crowdfunders, because like people like Chuck Dixon could throw up a month-long campaign where it's just a willy-nilly idea that he got.
Yeah.
And if it funds, it funds. If it doesn't, refund, moving on, because somebody like him wouldn't want to, force anything through that people don't like.
It's kind of, oh my God, like I would love to. That's the thing with the money, like with my work ethic at this point, like if I could make money about on it, like here's the, if I could, or even not, if I had the extra money and I could keep going and going, releasing, I would. And if I could green light other projects, I would. Right now I have to focus on Phenomeno.
Yep. And that really comes down to having the gratuitous amounts of money that bigger IPs have. Like, I just think of like Star Wars, Game of Thrones, like, the go-tos, Lord of the Rings, stuff like that. So, yeah. But, we will get there one day, my friend. I suspect you a little bit sooner than me.
Well, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Again, it's refreshing when someone says that, because I'll be like, man, because you look at everyone you can always, and this is why I say you got to be careful about comparing yourself to others in a negative context.
Yep.
They're so good. And you want to say, what can I do to emulate that?
Yeah.
Or what can I, because you get in your head and you're like, I'm like, you could say I only made this much or I made this much, because I needed. Look, most people need more than what they raise. That's the truth. Most people need more than
100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they're trying to pick a price that's doable too. It's like, I actually need 10 grand or 12 grand, but I should probably only run it for one so it succeeds.
Yeah, especially if it's all or not. Yeah, because a look of that's the fact of the matter is, like, for example, the Indiegogo, right? It's annoying me that it's not funding because of optics, but truth be told, like, I could go to like a little convention in the middle of nowhere and make a good portion of that, if not all of that. That's the truth.
Yeah.
Like a little pop-up show with $500. I could raise that, just issue one. I do that because I thought there was an audience on there. Maybe there is, but yeah.
Yeah, and especially if you have like merch lined up, like those, stickers, those bookmarks. A bookmark is $1 a piece, but then you can order X hundred of them for however much, like $20, $30. What, I don't even know if that's accurate, but like, yeah, it's something ridiculous like that. But like, yeah, that adds up, especially. And then you just make sure your designs are cool. Have like a few shirts out there. Shirts are a classic way of like fundraising. You have your
I gotta figure out shirts too. I'm looking at all the stuff I have to figure out. It's so much, man. It's so much.
I've been building the merch store for my band Empty My Lungs and Iron Seas at the same time, 2 separate merch stores. So like, I've been like, making designs and filling it up. Obviously that's one thing, but more importantly, I'm kind of understanding the nuances of Teespring. We use the print on demand. It's one of the print on demand clothing stores. But my whole point is you could probably whip together whatever designs, have your Teespring, and then like just order a bunch direct for yourself, which, I mean, it would start at like, I think the bare minimum I saw is like $15-$16 for you. You'd be paying 15 or 16. So from there, you would have to be charging like 20, 30 or whatever you want to charge at the convention, 40 if that's the case, for an authentic, Phenomenova shirt. But this would give you the ability to be flexible. Because like, okay, as a band dude, I'll tell you, the goal is under $10 a shirt. That's the goal, is under $10 a shirt. And then you sell it for like 15 or 20, and that's just the reality of it. It's 30 in some band cases. Look at the price of band dudes shirts, and just understand that whoever starts off by paying the company to print it is probably only paying them like less than $10, unless it's something crazy. Like, no, we need the number one. We need like thick, crazy.
Yeah, good. I don't care about that.
Yeah.
So if I want to make shirts, so yeah, because I got to figure that out.
Yeah. But they'll print it, send it to you. I don't know how much time it'll take. I'm pretty sure you could buy bulk. And the point is, it would exist, and you could just mark it up for a show or whatever. in a pinch. So
Yeah.
yeah, Teespring. I would check that out. And if you need any help with that,
okay, yeah, I'll let you know because I've been told that Printful is also good.
mm-hmm.
So you recommend?
The only any of these print on demands, I'm assuming they would all offer the same thing where you could order a sample and then you just order a bunch of samples, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because now that I think about it, Teespring had an issue with me using my comic art. So if you went with that, well, I think they got sued probably. I'm assuming they got sued when, because people probably went on there, like somebody like you and me went on there and just started selling Disney merch, you know what I mean? Or something like that.
Yeah. I could just sell your merch for you. Like, I start selling Iron Seas merch and then give you guys none of the profits. There you go.
Yeah. That would be like, I think that's what happened to them. So essentially, I think they have an algorithm in place that just detects whenever there's some sort of character design going on. So like, for example, you can get simple, like logos. Logos seem to work, right? I might even be able to do like a Walmart logo or the Disney logo, but I don't want to sell that, obviously. But when I put my main character, like my background here, if I tried to put this on a shirt, it would detect that it's like a character, right? And it would be like, no, and it literally just shuts off the line. It doesn't even tell you; it just deactivates your line, and you have to make a new one. I'm just like, that's stupid. But it took me a little trial and error.
Look who's in the chat.
Oh,
oh my God! This is my good friend. What are you beeping from? What are you beeping from?
Oh, clearly his throne.
His throne. He's beeping from his throne.
Yeah, Emperor Bad Sauce.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
we'll be out first. We'll be out first. Phenomena of issue 2 or Bad Sauce's car.
yeah.
That's the topic of debate. We could even start placing bets.
We could see
come out first. We'll come out first.
Right. Whoever gets closest wins like a sticker or a poster.
Something. Who's paying for the sticker and the poster?
Yeah, exactly. We ain't there yet.
Yeah, wait. Yeah,
we ain't there yet.
I have to. Well, because we both have each other's books, so we can't even say, "Oh, I'll give you my book," because we both have each other's.
Right.
So I don't know.
Product. He will have a new cover. I'm putting together some assets for him using the font I designed.
He needs a new cover for his book?
Not really, because that's a bomb cover. I don't know who made that cover, but they're probably handsome.
So what does he need a cover for, man?
Well, I don't want to talk for him, but there's another variant in the works, and I'm just kind of putting together assets. That's all I'll say. I'm putting it together for him, and it's a cool cover. It's a cool cover. It's no AC cover, but
you're just like looking at the back and just laughing.
I know. It'll have the same back.
So why are you mind me doing? So we're doing a different cover for a different book or the same cover?
Same book, I think.
Why? So who does variant covers for books?
I do. I have a different cover for each. Like my my paperback and my hardcover are both different.
So is he doing a hardcover?
I would encourage him to. I mean, at the very least, he could also just do a different type. Oh, he said baby's got back. So yeah, baby's got back. But we could. He could. I don't know. Maybe he could do a leather bound. There's a lot of different. I don't know. A lot of different reasons. If he put that on some website, he could have that be the exclusive cover. If he had some other print on demand website other than Amazon. There's a lot of things you could do. I would encourage him to make a T-shirt out of it too. The new one, that is. This one would be cool, but.
Oh, wait a minute, Bad Sauce. Why this one girl has an arrow that looks suspiciously close to? We could look at this real quick.
Yeah, I'll pull that up.
Yeah, hold on a second. Notice how she has what appears. It looks almost like an arrow on her chest, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now hold on a second. Isn't that interesting? That's us. So listen, I'm gonna sue you for copyright infringement. Yeah, you're not paying for the car, but you're paying for the lawsuit that's coming.
This is Daniel Green all over again, but like the masculine indie comic version. You broke my car.
Yeah, so let's see. When did? Because I think our books came out around the same time, which is the problem. Copyright 2023. Well, my artist drew that design, and also 2023. Okay.
Oh, the plot thickens.
Honestly, come at me. Come
Yeah.
at me. Countersuit. When was when was that piece drawn? I'm just curious.
I'm
just curious.
I think that's a good question.
What year was that drawn, Bat Sauce?
Yeah,
I'm just curious.
When was that?
When was that?
Now I'm curious. Oh no. Oh no. He's coming for everything you got.
Bring it.
From the cartoon Bat, that's terrifying. Oh, he said
early. Ooh, okay, crap.
This is a whole investigation. This is going to spawn
wow. All right, I'll retract my claim. I'll retract my claim for now.
Yeah, I think it was just the muse visiting both of you guys. That's all it was.
I think we just my artist had a vision.
Yeah,
similar to Bat Sauce's artist, but I don't think Bat Sauce's talent had anything to do with it.
For real. No, it's actually on that note, on a serious point with it. It's crazy how you can know for a fact some people haven't ripped you off, but like their idea is so damn close to yours. I've seen this so many times with my music. Like it's like, okay, I'm not going to be that guy, but that just sounds so close to what I'm doing. It's like we must have had the same influences or something.
Yeah. No, I'm sure it's pure coincidence. It is, actually. I'm sure now that the dates have been affirmed, I'm sure it's pure coincidence.
Like I guarantee you, Vaughn, there's other comics that are called Phenomenova.
What? No, there's not.
I bet there is.
Phenomenova? I don't think so.
Yeah. Well, we just don't know about them because they don't know about us, and they don't know. Maybe they're not crowdfunding. Maybe they're Peruvian. Maybe
Peruvian.
Yeah, maybe they're Japanese manga. You know what I mean? There's still enough barriers between all the countries that I'm pretty sure there's probably something called Phenomenova.
I don't think so. I think I'm one of a kind.
Yeah, we're all special here, especially bats. Animation's taking off. Have a good one, animation. Have a good night.
Have a good one.
But yeah, even like I say this just because my own experience with my music, just seeing how ideas line up, but like also, for example, one of the stories within my anthology series, it's called A Gift of Ghosts, and I thought that was so like clever, and like nobody would have it. And yeah, there's a whole like series out from some female romance author, and it's just like one of them's called A Gift of Ghosts. I'm just like, okay. And then you find the other ones, and then I'm like, okay, am I even AC Pritchard? Am I even the only Vaughn Coleman here? And you look that up and you see no, and they're even authors in like.
Listen, that's all. I'm sorry you have that problem, but I can assure you that I do not have that problem with the name Phenomenova. Not saying that none of my ideas have similarities, but I don't think that Phenomenova as a name is anywhere else.
No, I'm just waiting for the mistranslated Japanese version, and then it's like the realization, like, oh my god, it does exist. There it is.
Phenomenova.
Well, it's. I'm just saying, it's just like weird, dude. Like humans on opposite sides of the world will just like have the same idea, and it's so weird. And I'm not saying
that doesn't count. That doesn't count.
I know. Yeah, that doesn't count. Yeah, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. When there's no nations left, which might be sooner than we think. You might be predictive with that World War III stuff. But.
Well, there were still nations after World War III.
Oh, that's true. That's true. I guess the whole idea in real life is the New World Order, right?
Well, there would be an idea. Doesn't mean everyone shares it.
That's true. Especially the people like the war pigs, so to speak, the snakes behind the curtain. They all probably have different religions and ideas and what's the term?
Diversity.
Yeah, they're very diverse. They're a very diverse group of people. Yeah. Oh, Bats! I told him about Diversity Week. By the way, he's gonna flog me. Like I said, it's a dictatorship now, so that's struggle session. That's gulag. Yeah, gulag stuff. Yeah. But yeah, hope you're ready for Fantastic Four next week, brother.
Yeah, man. I gotta watch Iron Man and Fantastic Four. Let's go.
Well, it should be good. And a good comparison, too. Was Fantastic was before Iron Man, right? Or was that spin-off? That could have been them trying. No, I think it was before.
No, it was before Iron Man. Because I remember I saw that in the theaters, Fantastic Four.
Sick.
I saw Iron Man in the theaters as well.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I bet they were both good in theaters. Were you disappointed with F4? Fan 4 stick?
No, I thought it was cool because I was a child, so I haven't seen that movie since I was a little kid. And now that I've actually read comics with the Fantastic Four, I'll probably be like, "Hey, wait a minute, that's dumb."
Yeah, I think that's why Bats implemented the final solution here, because it's just to make sense with our guest. You obviously
you could have done X-Men, honestly, that would have been, but it's okay.
Yeah, it's all right. It's all right. Next time, we gotta save it, because actually we haven't had too many superhero weeks. I think we kind of subconsciously ignore them.
Bro, what bad sauce?
Yeah, Gulag.
What? What's going on? What did you do?
Yeah, I revealed the secret plans. So, yeah, it's all over now.
Bad sauce. I guess listen. You notice how easily your people crumble around me. On my side.
I didn't know he would extort you.
You have no power over me.
Damn it.
Your people will all turn on you for me. Oh, that whole show you built? If I get on, I could say, you know what? This is my show now. You know what they do? They'd say, okay. But I won't.
He's planning a mutiny.
I won't do that. I don't have to do that.
We gotta get.
You can have your little show for now.
He'll allow it. Yeah, we got to get one of the we got to get a supervillain to confront you now, to protect the Iron Seas. Because supervillains are the heroes of their own story. We could have chat decide who the hero is.
I know the biggest villain of them all.
Yeah, he said fantastic.
I think it's kind of topical. I'm bad sauce.
Yeah, and very smart. Yes. Yeah. He would raise you X-Men though. He says X-Men, which I could agree with that. Yeah.
No, Fantastic Four is topical, and I haven't seen that movie in years. So.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Same. I forget it exists sometimes. And actually, when he put our Iron Seas poll this week, for those listening, go check it out on X at Seas Iron Podcast. The poll was, instead of 4 movies, it was the Fantastic Four characters. It's just like pick your favorite one. And when I was looking at him again, I don't know why, but something clicked, and I'm just like, Mr. Fantastic is awesome. Because think about it, like his power, like, yeah, it's a power, he stretches, right? But it's like, no, dude, to like utilize that ability, you have to be smart, which is why he's also smart. So that means his power is actually just being smart, and he happens to be stretchy, and he uses that.
That's one of the things that I find most interesting about Mr. Fantastic. I need to read more Fantastic Four comics, but that his stretching is almost his secondary.
Yeah,
people are more impressed by how smart he is which is rare.
Yeah,
to find, that you have a character who has a superpower, and what most people talk about is their intelligence. It's really interesting. Like, it really is an interesting. I voted Johnny Storm just because he has the coolest powers and he's fun. But
I almost voted for him for sure. I almost did, and then I voted for the Invisible Woman because I personally would want to be invisible and have force fields. That sounds cool. I think she has force fields, right? I don't know much about them. Or is she just invisible? If she's just invisible, I retract my statement. I don't know her powers, but I personally think that's cool. I would choose the stealthier route. Yeah. But I did designate Johnny Storm as the power. Let me explain here. Like, the Thing is strength, Johnny Storm is power. Yeah, and then she's like stealth or guile, and
then Invisible Woman is the diversity.
Yeah, the strong woman. Yeah. The girl boss, so to speak. She light bends. Yeah. Oh, damn you, Vaughn.
Dude, I have a character with force field powers who'll be introduced in issue 3.
Really? That's cool. I think Incredibles really like knocked it out of the park with the force field thing.
I mean, they were good, but they're not going to be as cool as my character with force fields. My character with force fields is going to be using them in ways you haven't seen before.
Ah, that's cool. That's cool. With
I
good
came up with that
logic.
when I was a kid. Great logic, incredible
Ooh.
logic.
Yeah, I'm all about the logic. You know me. I
Because-
pinned down that crystal right away, bro. I was like, what is it? I was like, what is it?
yeah, mine is gonna be yeah, no, that is great. I would like to maybe answer that or delve into the crystal one day, but we'll see.
The force field though, can you talk about that one? The force field idea at all? You waiting for it?
No, I cannot talk about it.
Okay. We'll cross
You're
that
gonna
bridge when we
have
come to it.
You're gonna have your first glimpse of the character will be when you back issue 2. The first people who see it will be
Yup.
getting to the end of the book.
Ooh,
The issue 3 cover, and they'll be
little
like,
clue.
oh, they'll be like, oh, what is that?
Oh, perfect. There you go. There you go. A little
You'll get a
breadcrumb.
little sneak peek.
Hell yeah.
I do got to think about like when I'm going to address the crystal thing, but right now, I don't know. I kind of want to let the fans have fun, and then I'll see when I want to bring up the crystal thing because I have so many moving plot lines set up already in Phenomenova, and more that I'm going to be setting up.
Yeah.
And sometimes I kind of need to just take a step back and simplify, and that's what I liked about writing issue 2 was I really simplified.
Yeah. The process of like really diving deep and then resimplifying, I feel like is kind of a cathartic thing with writing.
Yeah, I do that a lot. It's expand, simplify, expand,
Yeah.
simplify.
Yeah.
You know, okay, whoa, we're getting too lost in the weeds here. Let's back up for a second. Or whoa, we're getting too focused. We're kind of forgetting about this. You know, it's a process. It's a process.
Yep, and that's your flag to like wrap it up, right? And then it's like I still got to go do this other thing. It's like, well, you should probably wrap it up then, bro. You know what I mean? Whatever the side quest is, but yeah.
But because I kept revising issue 3, it is the best version, is the current version, and I did come up with a force field related scene. The latest edition was I changed a scene and simplified a scene. I went really complicated and then actually really simple with a scene. And I think it's now one of my favorite scenes of the issue because it's so cool. So it went from it, and I took out one of my favorite splash pages for it. But
Worth it.
I changed it up because I came up with there was a more complicated version of the scene that I had been using, and I was like, you know what? Why don't I change this entirely? And I came up with something, and I'm like, yeah, no, this is perfect.
Yeah, that's I mean, you gotta love when those ideas just appear, man. For sure.
Yeah, so I'm kind of learning to trust myself in the process more.
Yeah, and that's once you gain that confidence with writing, it can all. I think that's the thing with like prolific authors like Brandon Sanderson is confidence, and I think that's also the thing with unprolific authors like George R.R. Martin. A lack of confidence in Bad Sauce, of course.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
as he has more books. Yeah, as he has more books than me. No, technically, Bats, I have 4 books because each one in Mortal Descent is a different book.
All right, we'll see which one of you writes a better story for Reapers in Pursuit.
I'm ready for it. And guess who just here? We got my wifey.
Oh, hello.
Hey, how's it going?
It's going well.
Go ahead and switch.
Sit up straight, dude. You look a foot fucking shorter than me. I swear he's not.
Yeah. There we go. So
I'm joining late. Sorry, everyone.
Okay.
I'll just settle in and listen for a minute.
we were just heckling Bat Sauce and talking about force field powers.
Yeah,
Bat sauce.
because he deserves it.
He does.
That's true.
Yep.
Hmm.
I revealed Bat Sauce's evil plan to Vaughn. And
Yeah, he could notice how he crumbled immediately around me, Bat Sauce. Like I said, you have literally. I'm so charming. Bat Sauce.
I didn't know Bat sauce was here. Hey, I mean, you don't deserve it. Look at Rolly smiling.
All right.
He should
See what I mean? See how she even agreed with me against you in 2 seconds. Bat Sauce.
Oh, behind his back.
Yeah.
He's seething right now.
I bet.
He's seething in the chat.
Yeah, he's about to take off his beret.
Go ahead.
He's about
Throw
to
down.
take
Let's
off.
throw down.
That's when shit gets serious.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, we got about We got about 6 minutes left from.
All right.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say, okay, well, we're done. I was gonna be
No.
like, you gotta be fucking kidding me.
We I'm just saying we're approaching that. So if there's like, if you have any questions, for example, or if Vaughn has anything to say, then now would be a good time to start doing that.
Oh, I don't even know, to be honest. Let me think. How about you? What you can give us a recap. Tell me a little bit about your campaign.
Yeah, just recap.
So my comic book is Phenomenova. It's a superhero story set 20 years after World War III and follows the next generation of superheroes rising up. I don't know if you could show the campaign on, but
yeah,
we haven't shown it yet. But it is a superhero story set 20 years after World War III, and this issue 2 follows our main characters being trained by a hero that fought during the war named the Phoenix Senshi. So that's where we're at with that. The Phoenix Senshi is basically like a super ninja, and that's where he's kind of learning how to be a hero, and he's going to be part of a team that's like the next generation rising up, next generation of teenage superheroes. So it's really in an age of cynicism. It's in an age of cynicism. It's a reconstruction in an age of deconstruction. You know, it's an optimistic, uplifting superhero story in a world that I think very much needs it, in a time that I think very much needs it. There's 4 covers on Fund My Comic, as opposed to 3.
4 covers, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, dude! At first, I thought that said 5 million. I'm like, wait,
5 million? No,
I was like,
I
holy
wish.
shit, this is a huge ass campaign.
Yeah, I wish.
Why are you here?
yeah.
Oh, yeah, we'll get there though. 5 million after this show for sure. So that's an actually unsurprising, fresh story idea.
Yeah.
I just, at first it blew my mind how I was like, oh, all of these Iron Age authors, like I thought everything's already been done and remade 5 times. But like, I'm not even surprised at all anymore. You guys just always bring new shit to the table, and it's really awesome. So I'm looking forward to it now.
Oh yeah, I was telling them we're approaching being overdue for our indie order. So as soon as we
get taxes back, then we got to get some more. But we also have to catch up on. Sorry about the. Oh, so can you do me a favor and grab his last diaper? This kid keeps paying. You don't have kids yet or any of that, right? You already said that before, I think.
Me? No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, you're just. How old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
25.
Oh, okay. So yeah, no offense, but everyone younger than us, just like I can't even tell what age people are anymore.
Yeah.
Seriously, you get to like be a little bit like your mid-30s, and it's like everyone just looks either younger or
Yep, it's like we're an old, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you're at that good age though, because you don't have the responsibility of kids and stuff, and you're still an adult, so you can like travel and do all the things and create, and you don't have any wife nagging at you. Good times.
Oh yeah. So is this fan art
Turn
here?
that back on.
That was just an example for the fan art contest. The fan art contest ended recently, but these are alternate covers. If you might have passed them by, but those are just examples of art.
Got you. I thought I recognized this one, but I thought maybe it was a fan art winner.
No, they're both. Those are both variant covers. And then of course there's issue 1. You can only get the main cover. The rest you'd have to get from a convention, and they're selling. They'll probably sell out. So if you want the variants, you're gonna have to get them on the campaign.
Oh yeah, that's the way.
Nice.
I'm gonna be doing the same with mine. It's like bittersweet. You have a copy of each of them for yourself, though, obviously, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, got to get a little extra. Oh, and this is your dad?
Yeah, it's my uncle.
Your
Vaughn
uncle.
doesn't have to turn around to change diapers during a stream.
So I have the first one was dedicated to my dad. Issue 2 is dedicated to my uncle, who was his little brother.
Yeah.
Aww, that's sweet.
and get a little.
Not me. That's my sister, by the way.
Right.
Well, still sweet.
Yeah.
Go, Scrub.
Uncle
Scott.
Oh,
Yep.
Yeah, baby.
rest in peace.
Yeah.
If
we're on our way, we have passed 6K. So all the goals, no matter what campaign you have, they back Fund My Comic, Kickstarter, Indiegogo, all of it adds up to the goals. If we hit 10, we're at 6K right now. If we hit 10K, everyone gets an exclusive free trading card. So that was the day one trading card. If you missed that, you missed it. But you already only get one trading card. So there's 3 trading cards total for day one backers. So, but there's 2. There's one so far. That one's guaranteed. The one with the hot chick on it. That's guaranteed.
Okay. Yeah.
Sick. What? Who's the artist for this?
For the cards?
Yeah, the cards, the covers, everything.
So the one that one, right? So which one are we looking at?
Let's do the main hot chick here.
All right. So that is colored by Nick Capone, who also colored the card above it, and the one of her holding the scale. Those are the same colors. So Dan Dahl did the line art for that trading card.
Okay.
Is that Nikki Pinecone guy?
No.
Or, do you know who I'm talking about?
Yeah, that's Iron Age marketing. Yeah, that's Nikki Pinecone.
Okay, I didn't know if it was like you did a play on his name, and so
No.
Gotcha. Okay.
Then we have the Golden Gallant trading card. The day one was my buddy Zach Marois. There's a book that I'm going to be writing.
Okay.
Child.
And then down
good.
we have the Julia Lenahan trading card right there.
Okay, cool. I like this. This is like
everyone loves that trading card.
Yeah. The rendering.
Yeah.
I think it's the rendering.
It's very well done.
Yeah.
I'm very happy with it.
As you should be. Yeah. That's
Come here. Hey.
That's something you would see in like Magic the Gathering for like a special print. Just saying. There's some, because I don't know if you're familiar, but like or like imagine a Pokemon card. You know, you have like it's a Charizard, but it's like a special full print textless foil Charizard. You know, it's like a collector's edition. That's what this reminds me of. So.
Child ain't right.
It's a good thing. Oh, that's it. All right. So
hold on, I want to see that.
Which one? The one that we were just talking about?
I don't know. You just scroll by everything so quick, dude.
I was trying to give it
a good old, and then we were back at the top.
Yeah.
Yeah. So all this time around, all the covers are the same price. It's just that everything, the variants are all limited. Gotcha. So that one's limited. That one's limited. And then that one right there, the Dawn Edwards one.
So cool. They all are, but
yeah. And then that one. Yeah, I think Estrella is going to be popular. She's a new character in this issue.
Yeah, I think she will too.
This is the new character?
No, Estrella
because I'm like, that looks like a man.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be right here?
Yeah, that's good.
Okay, good. I didn't want to misgender one of your...
I'd be very, very offended.
Yes.
I'm offensive, so that's all right.
Well,
I like that it specifies. Oh, okay, wait.
Our contest is over. It ended a few days ago.
Oh, okay, gotcha. That's still awesome. I still think my favorite is this.
Yeah.
It's just so epic.
Yeah, it's a good main cover.
She's like, yeah, that's fucking right.
Luke, yeah. I almost put Vaughn's
burned away.
I almost put Vaughn's face on this and made it our thumbnail.
That'd have been amazing.
I know. I'm gonna do it for sure. I might tell Evelyn to do it for the thumbnail for Iron
I think it should have been Vaughn's face on her, and then mine like screaming, and then yours is like a head on the bottom somewhere.
I mean, I don't want to...
Like he cut off one of the two-headed monster.
I don't want to cause any issues here, but I mean, it would be unfortunate if somebody put Vaughn's face on the lady and then Bat Sauce's face on the...
yeah! That would be really unfortunate for...
I mean... Hypothetically,
he says that would be unfortunate, and then as soon as we're done, he's going to immediately go do it.
Yeah.
It's gonna be... Anyway, sorry, Bats.
That can be our next thumbnail. Bats will have to... I don't know if... Can you guys handle being guests together?
Me and Bat Sauce? Yeah, he's nothing.
Oh, they are guests together. Every Friday.
Is
my sarcasm always lost on everyone?
Well, me.
Oh my God.
It's lost on me. I can't.
That's for sure.
Oh yeah, that art is good. I'm seeing that on the big TV here.
No, I've had a real problem my whole life where I think I'm just too sarcastic.
Oh yeah.
And people always think I'm serious, but that really gets me in trouble when I'm just being fucking not a good person.
Yeah, then they can't tell.
Sarcasm. And they think I'm just really that big of an asshole. I'm an asshole, but it's not that bad.
Right.
Sometimes.
Well,
so, you're in a hurry to go do other things?
Yeah, you got another stream, right?
Yeah, I do have another. Sorry, I was just checking something, but yeah.
You're good.
I forgot how loud my typing is.
You're good. You're good.
Oh, when he types on our end, it is really loud on our headphones. So
I didn't mean
like
just be disrespectful, no, by the way.
No, I'm saying Andy, when he types, it's really loud on our end. So I always think like everyone hears it, but no one ever does.
Yeah. StreamYard does a pretty good job at canceling out background noise.
Yeah, so I didn't even hear your typing. You're probably fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks for coming on. One of these
thank you
days,
for having me.
come on with Fat Sauce and we'll just have a shit show.
Yeah, we'll just chill.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be nice if other people brought the shit show and not just us.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
stop hitting your head on the wall because you can't
This has been,
calm down, buddy.
This has been Pritchard Pub with Vaughn Coleman, and thanks for listening, everybody. Until next time, all of our information's in the description. You can find Vaughn's campaign and everything. You can find our stuff. You have a good night, bro, and I'll see you next week.
See you. Have a good one. Peace out.
Cheers.
Take care.